Everything else I have here is like Kyle notes. I have the Zach vs. Kyle NHL saga.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
You guys weren't even there for it.
I have. Well, I guess we could go to this one. We have craziest bar stories. Well, with Kyle was like as a bartender. Kyle was like as a bartender and otherwise.
I mean, he's done both. He's on both sides of it.
Yeah, yours could be you or otherwise.
See, the problem is with crazy bar stories, you don't remember them. So I would need a historian that has been there with me.
Well, anything you remember.
He called him obviously. A historian, whoever this person is.
I mean, whoever.
Travel vlogger or something.
If,
need someone
if
to
that's
document.
what you want from me, you got to give me a week or something to kind of get some stories together because they all start to blur together.
The other thing
there was a 12-on-12 brawl outside of Kincaid's one time with all of my hockey buddies from Robert Morris against a bunch of like completely dressed like Muslim men like in shawls. Like literally it was a 12-on-12 brawl. I was just standing there watching from inside the bar. I saw it all start. Like my one friend like got in this other guy's face, and then his other friend came and just suckered him, and then it was sure enough 12-on-12, just like a huge brawl outside of Kincaid's, which is a great bar, but it's great times. A lot of stuff like that. A lot of stuff like, so my roommate in college was from Michigan, right? And he would drive up to Michigan, grab a bunch of weed from his friend who had a grow op in Michigan, legal, like whatever. He would come back with that and acid, and then I would be at my girlfriend's house until 2 in the morning hanging out, and I wouldn't sleep over at that time. So I would come back at 3 in the morning to a bunch of really high-skilled hockey players, like backyard wrestling on acid in my front lawn at 4 in the morning. Like multiple times I would come to a bunch of them just like WWE wrestling in my front lawn at 4 a.m. It was just like, what the hell is going on? They're like all like having the time of their life wrestling, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, I'm out of here. Multiple times that happened.
Holy shit.
But, are we talking like people's elbows and shit?
Yes.
Or they're making their own
tables, like the pink, like the beer pong tables turned into wrestling tables over a 5-minute acid drop. It was...
Your that house that you're talking about had probably the scariest basement I've ever seen, and a kid lived in it.
and he matches it, man. I remember the first time.
The second scariest would be your old house's basement.
Yeah, I had.
But that was the scariest motherfucking place I've ever seen.
I would not go down there alone. If there was no one in the house, I would not go down there.
It was terrifying.
Because there was like scary.
First of all, to get down there, I had to duck probably 1.5 foot. Yeah. There was a huge. Was it just a wall or a beam?
I don't know.
And then, dude.
There was like
your basement was like clean. It was just like kind of scary.
Yeah.
This place was not clean.
Yeah, it looked like something out of Game of Thrones.
I mean, it was just fucking disgusting, and like cobwebs and like just like dirt on the ground, like literal dirt.
Like in like dungeon. Think of a dungeon right now from Harry Potter. Like the dripping. Yeah. You can almost hear that when you're in that basement. Like literally, it was. And so like the first time I go over there, my friend who like I eventually the reason I moved in there was because we got so close. He shows me this weird little door. He's like, dude, someone can come through this at any time, so I have all my weapons. I'm like, all right, let me see your weapons. And he pulls out like this like little like towel away from his little cabinet, and he has like a bunch of, one of them was like the like pimp canes, they have those things. He somehow found just the end of a pimp cane with a knife in it. Then he had this big huge butcher's knife. I was genuinely scared of that basement up until I left because of that. If he's scared living down there, I should be scared fucking just being here.
Wasn't there a story, I don't know if this is incriminating, so maybe we don't get it. Wasn't there like a fucking motorcycle in a bathroom or something?
No,
or in a closet?
In a garage.
I thought it got into the house.
Someone stole a motorcycle, then it was in our garage for like 2 years. Those people
2 years.
Like so like this is like the hockey house for Robert Morris University, right next to the rink, like it has been. So that motorcycle had been there for like a couple of years, and then one of the younger kids, it was his older brother who stole it, so he's like, I'm riding it, my brother stole it, I get to ride it. We're like, dude, this is a fucking stolen motorcycle on our property, we don't even know how it got here, he's blacked out, whatever. So he pulls it out the back, and like, if you go out of our back garage and make a right, and then you make another quick right, it's coming out of an alley and then onto the street. So this dude's pretty intoxicated with his other friend on the back, no helmet or anything. Peel out of the garage, make a right down the alley, are ripping it, right? Make a right, look to the left, see the cops.
Oh, fuck.
Book it, going, and then you hit an immediate T, and then you either come back around to the front of our house or go this way to the other street. He's obviously not a good rider. Pops it too much, slides into a pole, gets up, both of them, run directly to our front porch, through our house, into our garage, and hide in our garage for like 6 hours. And we were just like, what do you want us to do? Like, the cops wouldn't go in there for whatever reason, or I forgot why they couldn't go in there, and it was just a cluster. I mean,
so the cops saw them, came, and they were outside the garage.
And JT and Chapman almost got in trouble more than anyone, and they were like, they're in our garage, go get them. They're like, we can't. And then we're like, well, whatever.
Well, I'm not dragging them.
Yeah. Maybe they thought they had a weapon or something, but...
What the fuck?
Yeah.
There was also, wasn't there one of those type of lights in your bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we had our light. That house is...
Not a floor lamp?
Yeah. I think it might have been like that one.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Not that one, but the same model, we'll call it.
I loved living there, though. It was a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Wowzers.
Do you remember that place? Was Cascades the one you took me to that my anxiety got the best of me?
Kincaid's.
Kincaid's.
And no, the place I took you is nothing. Where did we go? In Palatine.
It's that one that had multiple levels.
In
Bottom
Palatine.
floor
Yes.
was a normal bar.
Say it, I know the name of it.
You went
Lamplighters.
you go to the second floor and it's a club.
Like by my house,
in
right?
a normal house-looking setting.
Yeah, that's Lamplighters.
And my anxiety was so bad at the time, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be here at all.
We
And
gotta
you're
go out
literally,
again.
you got my anxiety even worse because there's
Yeah,
like a
dickhead.
club. There's a club on the second floor in like this kind of big room, but there's way too many people in this
Way too
fucking.
many.
And there's only one door in. And it's a double door, just a normal double door. It's not that wide, and literally the bar is like right to the left as you walk in, but you didn't give a fuck. And you're just dancing in the doorway. And people are trying to get in and out. And they're pissed. And I'm like just sober as fuck. Just like, okay, Zach, they're getting pretty mad. And you're just like fucking going. And you're just pounding shots. And I was like, dude, I can't be here right now. And you just kept. And then there's like other people who work there were like, you're either in there or you're out. And you were making it very hard to be either. And you
making my own rules.
They said it to you or him?
To everybody.
Oh.
They're like, you're either in or out. So everyone's trying to do the thing, and I'm trying to get in, but he's blocking. He's literally in the doorway and just fucking like just killing it. And I'm like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here. So I just left and went to the car.
Well, I heard that you and Mike are ready to go out to the city now, right? That's what Brad told me.
No, that's Michael.
I didn't say
Michael
nothing.
wants to go out to the city
Why
now
not
all
you?
the time. Dude, I mean, I'll go.
Well, you said your anxiety was bad. So
yeah, no, I can go.
Because we could go to places where it's
bro,
less...
I'm saying like I'm not like over here like, dude, I want to go. Like this
Probably Cody too.
Oh, Cody will go.
Cody's
any
already
moment
down
of the day. Like he'll go. But no, Mike's been the one who's like, dude, I need to go. I gotta go out with Zach. And
We're gonna stop crying.
I need to stop crying. So he's been like that. But
Well,
no,
we should
I'll
all
go.
go. We should all go. I'll find a place that
I'll
is
go.
like low key chill.
Well,
Maybe-
I don't mind that place.
What we'll do is
I'm prepared
it's
now.
Lion's Head. So basically, think of the same situation that we went to, where bottom floor was chill, darts. It's like literally like a sports bar, but the top floor is like that. But this one is the bottom floor is much bigger and many more spaces to hang out. It's like a big bar. Like think of probably maybe 4 Chicago lots, like the size of a car, maybe a little bit smaller. And then the upstairs is. That's where I ran into Anita, Chris, and maybe your brother, or maybe Grace or something. That's a great bar.
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite. Or if you want to go cougar hunting,
we
could go to Ignite. Not Ignite. If you want to go gaming, we could go to Ignite Gaming Lounge.
I was gonna say. I was like, cougars hang out at Ignite.
Yeah, with their kids.
I'm a Zach of all trades. I'm a nerd or whatever.
Zach of all trades.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
But no, enjoy. INNJOY for all you viewers. If you want cougars, man, you go there and you walk in, and the first like 10 feet is just always a circle full of, you'd assume a bachelorette party, but they're like 35 to 40, so they're just celebrating whatever sort of. Every time you, it's a good time.
I don't know if 35, 40's pushing it, yeah.
Well, what is a cougar? That's how I was.
It's just a one without kids, right? Like she isn't married. She's just like.
I don't know. I see it as an age
Yeah,
thing. Not
it's more of an age?
kid or
I
not.
was MILF thing.
It's more about age and their
demeanor,
what they're going for.
Right, they're going for young blood.
Yeah,
and I feel like they probably are not where they should be too. Like they're like not like. It's just weird that they're there almost.
Well, Enjoy is where they should be, and that's where they are.
They found
but clearly that's where they're
at, man. I'm telling you. It's because they play the best music. That place has the best, like, you know, they play Michael Jackson and, like, best music. Such a good bar. But that life's behind me now.
The Cougar Watering Hole.
Yeah.
Right. Mike, there you go. Cougar Watering Hole.
Mike's always expressed a love for elder women.
Yeah. At the concert that one time.
True.
What? The where's that pussy one?
That's actually on the notes.
That is on there too. Our Ohio endeavor.
Yeah, because we figured the best people to talk about that were
the only one missing is Chris.
Yeah, so we were gonna do it with you and Zach, you and Kyle. But yeah, the where's the pussy is right here.
How many nights did we stay there?
2 nights.
2 nights.
I only remember being in the hotel.
We got there Friday night late, so. We went to sleep right away.
Yeah, we got.
Then we had Saturday all night, all day. We were at the concert. We went back to the hotel. So Saturday, slept in the hotel Saturday.
Sunday we went to the concert, then left after it.
No,
well, because the concerts were like.
We left, so we were there 3 nights.
Oh yeah, we did stay.
Because I don't remember sleeping at all.
Oh no!
There's a few things I remember. Chris sleeping in the fucking window.
Yeah, Chris slept in the window. Is like
one of those fucking.
It was like a deep window well. Deep window
sill.
Like
what do they call it? A reader?
Well, like
window sill. A reader sill.
Yeah,
okay,
kind of. You sit there with a reader.
I play Sims 4 too, so I know all the.
Then I'm really glad we brought you on so that.
Wait, do you play Sims?
No, I used to.
I think once I move into my apartment and get like a nice computer, I think I'm gonna. Because remember those houses I used to make on there? I used to show you.
Oh fuck, dude. Fucking.
Dude, the houses I used to make.
That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a good computer in your apartment,
so you can role play, and sim it up,
and Rocket League.
Where are you gonna get your computer from?
I was thinking about just buying Ninja's model.
Yeah, I would just do an NZXT build or one of those. Those are the best deals out there.
I was kidding. I don't know.
No, but there's all those companies. You just you put a price range, and then it puts the best shit, and they'll build it, and then you can go component by component if you want like a better one, a different model. And they're really nice. You can put literally any price range you want. $500 computer, $1,000 computer, $1,500 computer.
Yeah, whatever you want to spend.
What would you want to spend?
Play what?
A lot of people that I've heard, they say like if you want like a solid
2K is
they said
for
anywhere from like anywhere around $1,000. You can honestly get like a pretty decent.
I would say
$1,250.
2K.
That's if you're running. Well, actually, I might start streaming because you know what? I think here's a way that you get to be a popular
streaming. You might need more.
Here we go. Brad, get your notes.
Get your fucking notes. What you have to do is you have to find a very niche game. UFC 3 for me. That's where we're gonna start. I know there's only 8 people watching.
Yeah.
All I need are those 8, and then that's my market. And then we say, hey, you guys ever play Fortnite? Let's see how I do in Fortnite. Then I go there.
Yeah, but those people,
and all of a sudden,
those people would want to watch. Well, they don't want to watch Fortnite, or they'd go watch it.
If you're going for content, but if you're going for, hey, there's Zach, one of the funniest guys on stream.
Oh shit!
Right? There's a different. That's what you always told me. There's either you go for content.
Right.
That's what my big brother always told me.
You're either there for the skill or for the.
And so I get them in with UFC 3 skill because have you guys been watching my captures or no?
Dude, I literally
destroy people online. It gets bad, but.
I feel sorry for those guys.
Yeah. So you get your 8 from UFC, and then you go to the bigger stream and you get 16. Mm-hmm. Maybe you go.
Then that's the first.
Maybe you go niche game to niche game to niche game to niche game, and then you bring it.
Getting all my little nerds together.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, catch them as their game is dying off.
Yeah.
And you go, hey guys, we gotta go with this other game.
Let's go play Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, they've only got a month left in its lifespan. Let's go fucking play that for a month.
You ever played Far Cry Primal?
Never in my life have I played a Far Cry.
Far Cry Primal is.
Primal or Primal?
Primal.
Oh, okay.
It's so fucking good.
Is that game like 6 years old?
Yeah. What's your hate?
Dude, there's just no hate. I'm just saying, you're like telling me like, hey, go back and play.
Yeah, but if
it's just hard to get into something with no new content, with old graphics, with anything like that.
But Borderlands looks like it's a game from the '60s. So does Fortnite. It's not about new. It's about new to you. right? That's how I see it. I get
you're,
it. It's
you're
not the
right.
cool game to be playing, and you and Dan can't go on Reddit and read all about it. You know, all the brand new things and updates.
Does this game have a Reddit? So you go read about it?
Well, Far Cry Primal has a very large Reddit.
I know,
so.
but what I'm saying is, I get it. It's
but
not,
it's single
it's not
player,
the
isn't
fad.
it?
You guys are into
Is
the
it single
fads.
player?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I'm fucking with single player really that much. Because if I get out, I want to play with somebody.
You can.
It's
talk
a
to people
social.
I'm on
gathering.
UFC and I talk all the time with people playing other games.
Yeah, but I don't want that. I want to play the game with you.
Yeah.
Well, I get it, but
I don't
not
wanna get my
as
ass
he's
whooped.
been saying. You don't. Not
Yes.
every time there's someone online. You
True.
play it an hour before Brad gets on, an hour after. Every night, and then next thing you
Do
know.
you have stock in this game?
No, but I wish that they made. I hope they make a 2 because it was seriously one of the better games.
Well, there's many Far Cries, so go
Well,
play the old
but
Far
they
Cry.
said they're not
Pumping
going to
up.
make Far. No, I don't like the other Far.
Oh,
Cry.
why? Because it's not new. It's
No. I don't play the new ones because I like the primal. Like you
That
control
game.
an owl, you control dinosaurs, kind of like Ark. Which I wish Ark had a freaking storyline to it that was worth a fucking shit. That game was so good. I remember just making my Velociraptor,
You
my
played
Tech
with the
Raptors.
cheats anyway, so that you could fly around.
Yeah, who cares? I still
So-
I still have to breed my Tech Raptors and build them their habitats and.
It's like
Forge.
Zoo Tycoon, it sounds like. You like Zoo Tycoon?
That's what we need. We need to make a complete game. Where it's
We
just
need
everything.
to make.
Yeah.
Okay, well, once one of you starts...
Jeff, if you heard our last episode, we're looking for some funding. We're trying to create our own game. We're gonna need a team if we're gonna be honest. So,
Dude, does anybody know how to code?
if you could give us those each one bill we asked for last time, I think we could get a team and get this game underway.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll create
Could
revenue
you
from
spend
that.
$1 billion?
No, there's
No,
no
no,
way
no.
I could.
Well, you could, but you'd be smart enough not to.
I think I'd run
Well,
out
that's
of things
whenever
like-
No.
people ask me, "What could you?" Like, I could spend any amount of money you handed me within the next 10 minutes of whatever amount you handed me.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know about 10 minutes for $1 billion.
for $1 billion, I would buy a corporation like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would do it.
That'd be his first thing. He's like, I know how to do
Yeah.
this. I'm going to buy a company.
Well, yeah, exactly.
What, you going to show up at Coca-Cola and be like, I own
No.
you?
No, it's too
but
much.
a smaller,
A
I'd have to-
sports team.
I would buy a sports team, sure. I'd buy. What is an up and coming team?
An
The
esports
Seattle
team.
Sounders.
The Seattle.
The MLS? You go with the MLS?
No, I just saw the Seattle
Mar-
logo for
Mariners?
the
So you buy the Seattle
For
Mariners?
their EA team.
for their
esports.
hockey team.
Oh, yeah, they are getting a hockey team. You
Yeah.
saw the logo? I
The
haven't seen the
logo
logo yet.
the mayor wanted.
Oh,
It was sweet looking. Looked very cool.
the mayor drew it himself?
I would doubt it. I don't think he's artistic. There's a small dog fighting ring going outside.
there's-
That's
Not
something
Michael
to-
Vick's.
Yeah, not something to joke about.
Yeah,
but my
not
dogs
something to
are,
joke about.
are outside fucking around.
Yeah. Special dogs.
They are very special. They're sweet boys.
What time we're at?
We're at about 95 minutes.
Oh wow. How long do you guys have your things for?
How long are the episodes that you've watched?
I think they've all been over an hour.
We do not have.
on point an hour one time.
Yeah, we're usually
like an
hour
hour a minute.
15, hour
Yeah.
20, hour 21.
That's because of the timer. We didn't have that, and we would just keep
Yeah, we
going.
got a timer. We didn't even talk about that because Dan keeps ripping me, so I got the timer.
Well, and we're still.
And I'm
over.
blocking the shit out of it.
Well-
There's two of us.
We got this. It's going to go in a more permanent location.
Yeah, you should put it right there.
Yeah, I have the bracket. I was looking at the bracket. I said, how does this work? It doesn't look like it would work with that situation.
Situation.
So
We
I'm going to
thought
figure
you
that
were
out.
a good critical thinker.
I don't think it has much or anything to do with critical thinking.
I think figuring out how something works.
No,
is
but it
critical
doesn't.
thinking.
I can
So
tell
when
you
like,
it doesn't.
when you guys grew up, like, and you guys were in your house all the time, you know, being brothers,
Mm-hmm.
like, was it hard that he's like always constantly like right and you wrong, or like how that work?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't really give a shit after a while,
Yeah,
right?
it just gets tiring, you know. And you're just like, fuck, whatever.
You
I'll
just
do it.
knew you
know.
could wear him
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I just
When I used
keep
to
at it.
torture him and his friend Ryan Powell.
Dude, he would
Ryan
torture
used
you?
to be scared of me. Ryan was genuinely scared.
dude, I was kind of, dude, you were kind of scary. You just didn't give a fuck.
I have note here of
You would say and do anything like, oh my god, you.
this man cut my leg
Whatever
with a
had
knife.
to be done.
Yeah, it was.
He used to take hammers.
He was like 10, and I was like, I'm clearly, much older than you, and you're like, hey, Danny Zuko, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this kid just like belittles me whenever he wants. Like he knows like what can fuck with my head. I'm just like, he's a savage.
Yeah.
So he cut your leg?
Yeah. One time he locked me and Ryan out of the
there's Ryan.
Out of the house because we were probably. We were being dicks. Probably.
Yeah, they were always dicks to me. Well, because they knew what you're speaking of. They liked saying that until it came out, and then I would have
until
to
the
start
crazy
bitches. Like,
we tried to push it to the line where it was funny, but it always got the line seemingly got closer, and so one time he locked us out, and I noticed the windows, our dining room windows, the little ones, they were propped open. They're
on purpose. Setting traps.
I don't know.
He's fucking Home Alone.
I don't know if why I had previously known this, but I knew I could pop the screen off internally and push the screen in, and I could fit through. So I slowly popped it off, probably pushed the thing down, and it was so fucking loud, the screen crashing down into the wood floor. And so they're thin windows, and I could fit, but I had to shimmy in sideways. And I put like my left leg in first, and I'm like holding onto the glass, and all of a sudden I feel a serrated knife. Fucking calf.
They thought I was joking. I don't fuck around.
He's sawing like a fucking tree, like I'm a tree. Okay,
It's just stuck in the window.
I'm trying to take the leg off.
He's 149 hours in my leg. Okay.
Yeah.
How old was he at this point?
Dude, I was probably like, I don't know, 13 or something.
So I was 9.
9 years old.
Maybe younger, I don't know. And he's sawing my fucking calf.
You're gonna have to put on the video. Stay till the end.
The outside we can make this a highlight video and put it in there.
Yeah.
But so he's sawing my fucking calf with a serrated knife, and I quickly pull it the fuck out and jump out the window.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll never forget
Summers at the Schultz house, man.
Oh
crazy.
yeah. Oh,
when we had nothing to do.
Yeah. Well, we never had a babysitter.
Never.
We went to summer camp for like a few hours in the morning and stuff, and then it was a fucking free for all. We just did not, because I was old enough. As soon as I was like, I had a babysitter young, but pretty much it was just me babysitting him. Yeah. It was just us at home.
No.
For better or worse.
Kelly Carmody was our babysitter
Right, yeah.
one time until like the bathroom flooded and she didn't call mom and dad. Remember that?
I do not.
The bathroom flooded and like she didn't even call mom or pick it up or anything. And then mom and dad came home and like, you didn't even tell us. And then it went through the ceiling into the basement.
I don't remember.
And that one time that she was like extremely sick. Remember she had that migraine and she was like just laying in mom and dad's waterbed the whole time. And I was like, who's this deadbeat babysitter?
Nothing against.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
she's like 8. Who's this deadbeat? Who's this dead weight?
No, 8. He would have never had a babysitter because I was 12. I was a babysitter then.
So you're like 5.
But it was way younger.
This is.
She babysat me a few times for sure.
And and then one time we rode bikes to Walgreens and like I forgot something, so we had to turn around. Those are like the 3 stories I remember of her. Probably was all from the same night that I'm recalling. But,
I think I vaguely remember going on a ride like that.
Yeah, I was still on training wheels.
Remember
that one time? Is this a thing from my fake memory? Because I always wonder that. You ever have those things where you're like, is this real or is it?
Yeah. But this happened.
It has to be. We were you were dragging me along in a, I was in the red wagon, you know?
Yes.
And you were on the bike pulling me on it.
Yeah, and you fell over.
Into the curb and
you fucked up. You were very young.
I literally remember the amounts of blood that was in my mouth from it, like just
yeah. So I was on a bike.
Yeah, dragging me. You took right in front of our house. You took way too hard of a turn into the curb,
and the wagon.
I just literally.
Well, the wagon wasn't able to take the G force that the bike was at me, and neither was he. As like you were young, you were like, fuck, you had like 3, 4, yeah.
Back
But-
when I was still hitting Deanna in the face with those.
That's what I was about to say.
Well,
Did you hit your
Uncle
neighbor?
Jorg was over at the time. That's the
Oh.
thing. I remember that story. But yeah, I mean, you hit multiple. That was
You
I hit her
multiple
with
people?
two things. Didn't I hit her with a golf club?
no.
on
You hit
accident,
Eddie
too?
with a golf club. You hit her with a baseball bat.
Yeah, why?
It was her fault. Obviously.
The day she
was walking
moved
in
in,
my backswing.
the day they moved into their house, we used to play. I was actually talking about this last week. We used to play baseball in our cul-de-sac because we live on the
And
cul-de-sac.
hockey. I remember.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
hockey a lot too. So home plate was across the street. We live on the one end, which was our mailbox was second base. Home plate was a no parking sign on the other side, and then first base was a mailbox here, and third base was a mailbox here.
So like regulation bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge fucking
Oh,
cul-de-sac.
no,
we were being
it
real.
was bigger. It was huge. But there was like only a couple of us playing the field. Like it was basically you either catch the ball. I think we played
Oh, you're
pegs
safe,
too.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the day they moved in, we were playing, and he's swinging, and she was
walked
just
up behind-
walking.
Like her house is back here, right? So I see, but I remember being preempted and being like, I could tell her to back up, but I was like, fuck it. Like, if she wants to stand there, if she wants to stand there, whatever. Like
She was so young,
Yeah,
and
she
you were
was-
young too.
I was so young. Yeah. How old was I?
Yeah, I don't know.
6, 7.
You guys were young, because she's what, 2 years younger than you?
Age wise, I'm not sure, but grade wise, yeah.
Yeah, grade wise.
Age, I think she's just a year younger. Maybe not even. Fuck, I'm so young. I wonder if people younger grade than me are older than me. Because then she should have been a year older,
Oh, maybe, yeah.
and I should have been a year down. So she might be older than me.
And then you
No,
just,
she's not older
No,
than
she's
you.
not older than me.
and then you
I think
just
she's
clubbed her?
So he backswing and just,
Yeah,
and just-
with the octane, right?
A metal bat.
yeah, right in the fucking mouth. And she like got lost a couple teeth.
I think
And
she had surgery, didn't she?
I don't
she had
think
to
so.
have
But she had to, and then he had to like he bought her like a big ass teddy
yeah,
bear
bunny.
and like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, I fucked your mouth
a
up.
very similar thing happened with a golf club a few years later, and a boy this time, luckily.
Yeah.
And he just same thing backswing, just fucking.
They're getting too close to that swing.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know if I think you did it once when I was over because when I used to stay over all the time, you threatened to call the cops
Yeah.
like all the time.
Well,
He did
And
call the cops many times. So in these
well,
sessions,
do you understand that it was either I flip out and start killing people, or I call the cops?
Or you
like
save us.
that's what it literally. I was like, literally, I'm getting to my point where I don't know what I'm gonna do, because it got to a point where I would like grab his trachea and try to rip it out of his throat.
he would squeeze my trachea.
Like, it got
Not my
bad.
neck. Not my neck. Just the trachea.
Yeah, I remember thinking about that, and I was like, dude, that's some crazy ass shit that I did to him, honestly. But
I remember the knife thing. I remember
Yeah.
you would like
Seriously, I was
you
like, dude,
and you
I forgot
threatened
about
to
the
call
trachea.
police.
We've talked about it.
You never called the police when I was there, but
He
you
called
threatened,
the
like,
police a few times, and I had to answer because
we were trying to call our mom.
yeah, I'd say something stupid.
You probably got 3 numbers in your goddamn phone. Your phone number.
And I'd have to be like, "Oh, it's my brother. He's fine."
Well, I remember just being so scared too because our mom lied to us and said, "Oh, you guys can't be alone at home, right?"
Right.
Alone. So I was like,
Well, she would.
even if I call the police, I'm gonna get in trouble as it is. So I can't even call to them. So I guess I got to do what I got to do.
He used to fucking.
Saw his leg off. I think that's the only option to get out
He
of
used to
this.
take remember the big rubber hammer and beat on the steel garage door.
Rubber hammer.
The mallet, our big
Yeah,
our
the
hammer.
yellow one. Oh, no, that was an axe.
It was a wood. Yeah, the axe was yellow.
The axe is yellow.
The wooden with the black mallet, and he would beat on that because like we would like fucking lock the.
Either one of us was locked out every day.
Yeah, we would
One or the
lock.
other.
We would lock the other one in the garage, and he would just take this fucking hammer and just boom.
That's why he's got all the dents.
Right. Well, and like hockey pucks too.
Okay.
Luckily, he wasn't an experienced thief, or he'd have broke that bitch
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Oh yeah, you would kick
From the
it
story.
6 times and it would
Yeah.
go down.
No, yeah, he used to do that. The one thing that always sticks in my head too is we used to play MLB, and on our old PS2 or Xbox, either way, and he would tell me, and I'd fucking kick his ass. I was 4 years older than him, and he'd say, if you hit another home run, because he would take the remote and beat the shit out of the actual system. Just the top of it.
I remember that.
He would, he'd go, if you hit another home run, I'm doing it again. And it would like cause the game to skip and break and turn off because probably the disc was flying off the reader. And so I just remember just being like, I'm not going to hit another home run, just smirking the whole time and just fucking banging another home run. He would just go just repeatedly, just beating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And then the other one is when he fucking threw the remote through the TV.
Yes, I do remember that.
That thing was broke for a while.
Hearing that story, yeah, coming over your house and the TV's just fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I said, summers in the Schultz house.
You can tell where he got it from. Our fucking mother took us to the orphanage.
Yeah.
That was her threat.
Yeah, that was.
You know, we have that orphanage, like, you know, right by our house.
Right by your house.
She would, first of all, she would threaten to take us there. And then one day, we were so bad, she threw us in the car and said, and I'm like, where are we going? You're going to the fucking orphanage. She drives there. Yeah. She I think a few times she drove and we would be sobbing. And she would drive right past it. One time, she drives into the parking lot. Okay? She gets into the parking lot. We're sobbing. We're fine. We'll stop. She gets out of the car, comes to get us. We jump into the back of the minivan. She opens the fucking back tailgate. Like, here's Johnny's situation. I'm terrified. And, you know, we're probably sobbing, crying, and she realizes she's being a psycho. Yeah. And, takes us back home.
So what point did she teach you to cut a man in his calf to keep him from breaking in?
At that point, it was war, and it was, you know, all is fair in love and war.
Serrated out of all. Jesus, you didn't.
Not a butter knife. I wasn't playing around.
Jesus.
I used to throw hammers at him and Ryan when they would. I remember one time I threw them out of the house because I'm telling you, it was bad for them. They were scared more than I was. So I remember just one time like throwing them out with a hammer in my hand, and then just they were being in the middle of the close, like I just chucked it at them in the middle of, get the fuck out.
He's right too. Well, someone would be locked out of the house
every day,
every single day.
Remember that? You know what I always remember when I think about Ryan Powell? Didn't we get that, like, one day we got that sunburn that was, like, so disgusting?
That's what
we
I was
just laid on the guest bedroom.
In the guest bedroom.
For, like, we took a nap together, right? Like, just because we all had to have, like,
we went out
on our back.
Yeah, we went in the pool.
I just remember Ryan, he's a ginger, just being like a lobster. Literally looking like that octopus. Like, I swear to God.
We all were
fucking.
It was probably the worst
sunburn
I've ever gotten. It was where it was blistered.
Yeah.
And many blisters, because you've had a little bit, one or two. Just massive ones. And we went in the pool without sunscreen probably all fucking day.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. Yeah. Laying in that bedroom. I don't know. There's something I remember too about the smell of I think that bed smelled like fucking asbestos or some shit.
Yeah,
it was fucked. And I'll never forget.
Is that the bed that was
that
very
whole
tall?
room smelled that same
way.
Way.
Yeah, it did 100%.
From the bed.
Yeah. It smelled like
it smelled like
moldy or something.
Germany or something. Like, is that where the
No, it was Uncle Bobby's It was Uncle Bobby's bed.
Oh. I thought it was from Germany.
No. Yes, it was the very tall bed.
Okay,
the posts.
Where you
take them off and I would...
Yes!
What? I don't remember that.
The top of the poles used to have a little cornice unit on top that was like a little decorative piece, right? And you could take it off.
Screw it off,
No, it didn't even screw off. It was just put in there. Literally just in there. And you could take it off. And it was pointy-ish itself. But the peg that went down into the pole was a little better pointy. And you could get a better grip on that part and just
yield with it.
Stab someone in the ribs.
That as a weapon?
Oh, I'm sure we all did.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I remember, I don't know if it was that day, and I remember this, I used to do this, I was such a fucking asshole. With Ryan, I was playing back in the day Need for Speed. And that was one of the first ones where you could actually like drive around free roam. And I would have, for like a whole day in the summer, we'd play that, and he would just drive me to the races. He'd be like, "Can I play?"
Yeah.
You just have him do the middle.
Sounds about right.
He's driving to the races. And then I would do the race. I'd probably do that to this day, though.
Yeah.
Like, even if, like, Mike were to sit here and play, like...
Who's the best gamer in the room? Like, overall? You ever asked yourself that?
Probably
shooters,
you.
Shooters you got.
Probably you.
I mean, I don't know if you're being facetious, but that's what I think. Just based off of, like, if you take a
like
complete span of games.
What's in your repertoire?
I don't know. I'm not that great at shooters anymore.
You're not?
Homeboy over here is pretty decent.
Alright, so he's got shooters. I don't care.
I don't know if I have anything.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, I used to.
Sports games, I got. Period.
Really?
Maybe not Madden.
What about NHL?
I don't know.
I have a list on...
NHL for sure. I have
a,
and I'm disgusting. NBA.
I have a point on here. Kyle's not here to defend or tell the story, but there's an NHL where he beat you. I don't know if it was 7, 8, 9 times in a row. When you were when you were in your NHL prime, and
my prime was 2 years ago. So
and this was that one.
My prime was when I was scouted to be on online teams.
There's a direct quote that says, "You'll forfeit your wins if you don't replay me, so I can get 1 win out of the last 10 matches."
That's true. Right. That's true.
Yeah, he said it was like somewhere around like 10 games.
Who said that?
Kyle.
Now I do also remember
that. So literally, you'd play him, you lose, and you said you forfeit your win if you don't play me again.
Yeah.
You lose again, and you said you forfeit both those wins if you don't play me again.
It was
got
like
up
5 games.
I think it was like 7.
No.
But I also do remember...
But it was also facilitated by Steve, who, just being, that's why I was just so pissed, because, like, the same thing with, like, the 3-on-3. It's like, if you have the whole room against you... I'm literally just sitting there like, all right, you guys don't know what I want to do to all you guys. I want to kill all you. Like, I can't focus on fucking playing NHL right now.
Serrate your calves.
Like, that's why. And that's where, and that's where, that's why it happened, obviously.
Well, but then I also remember him playing you and Kyle 2-on-1.
Dude,
Zach had no goalie.
Yeah,
it was me and Chris.
I
right?
pulled my. I don't remember. I pulled my.
I thought it was
goalie
Kyle.
The whole game.
He had no
I think
goalie.
it was Kyle, because I think it was so gratifying to be.
And
like,
he lost 10-9.
10-9.
He lost by 1. Yeah,
and he had no goalie
the entire game. Yeah, that was a pretty low.
Talk about puck possession, man. I was just going off in your zone.
That's when we used to say. You used to like combs, like the combs at the pylons. Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember your little sayings. Yeah.
Here I am, nowhere else.
Step up, get stood. Yeah, I'm here, nowhere else.
Here I am, nowhere else.
Oh, yeah, here I am.
Step up, get stood up.
Yeah,
it's going around them like pigs.
Yeah, I do remember that. And you'd always yell because you played hockey, but you'd always yell. When you get a breakaway, ski, and we're in a normal room, and you don't need to yell, and you literally would yell it at the top of your room.
No, do you remember where did we go where we had that
in
weekend long tournament?
Tennessee.
Such a good time, man.
Oh, dude, that was the best.
And speaking of Steve, I think that now that I think about it, I was actually what the hell is it called? Where you're getting sleepy.
You were hypnotized.
I think Steve hypnotized me there, dude. Because one time we were just laying there. He's like, "Hey, can I just learned about this new thing, and can I try it on you?" And he was just telling me oh, your feet are sinking and all this stuff. And then I woke up 30 minutes later, feeling the freshest I've ever been. But he was like, "Dude, you've been awake the whole time." And I swear on my life, it was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. And every time that Mom, you remember how Mom used to do that? Oh, you're getting sleepy.
Yeah.
I thought I would always almost get hypnotized then. But Steve going in on me, I swear, I was legit hypnotized for 30 minutes. It was pretty cool. But
I don't think I've ever
that NHL 2-on-2 tournament. What a good time with all those hip checks.
We spent an entire week
in a
movie theater.
Yeah.
With Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian just going hard.
Yeah, and we just had our teams.
That was
and we randomized what
Eric
team you would get. And you just.
That was a time.
Was dope.
I was 16.
That was NHL 12 or 13. Because I remember Eric Stahl was on the front.
No, it was not. And then it was not, because I was 16. So it was in 2008.
How were you 16?
What?
How do you know you were 16?
Because I just got my license.
You just got your permit.
No, license. had just gotten my license because I was able to drive on my own. I remember going to Krispy Kreme.
All right,
with you? Oh, Mr. Input over here.
Mike used to play.
That's
right.
Yeah, Mike used to play NHL.
So it was probably NHL 12, and it comes out in 11.
Because Mike.
I was 16. I graduated high school at 18 in 2010.
Oh.
So it was whatever NHL came in 2008.
Whichever Eric Stahl was on the fucking cover.
whatever
of,
fucking one it was.
But look up Eric Stahl NHL cover.
But in NHL, Michael doesn't like sports at all. But Michael led the online leaderboard, or he wasn't. He wasn't at the top, but he was like in the top like 20 in checks for that online league or whatever.
I thought he was number one he was the number one like left wing or something for a little while.
Maybe he might have done something like that.
Because it was like the first day we started, and that's all he knew how to do. He would come out.
Yeah,
and,
he couldn't score to save his life. Couldn't handle the puck.
Oh wait,
Eric Stahl.
He would literally just check, and you'd see he'd have stupid amounts of checks.
Oh yeah,
I swear.
And
I think
penalties.
He was number one. Yeah.
And penalties.
Yeah, it was.
And he was trash.
Oh, but
that was fun. He used to play a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he hasn't done a 2v2 in a while, right? Yeah. Last 2v2 is.
We could do it and make a 3v3 squad. I'll play goalie. I'm actually good. Or we could have my friend JT play, but you don't like sports games anymore.
Me?
Yeah. He just bought a PS4 last week.
Dude, I play baseball.
For the most boring sports.
I play NBA. I still play my NBA career. I'm on the next year. I'm killing it.
Have you finished the season yet?
No. I'm trying to play like every game, and it's like
me too.
It takes a while.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm over it. NBA, fuck it.
Oh, okay. He's over it.
Well, because, you know what? I don't want it to be a three-point shooter. I don't want to be a tall guy, and all I like to do is dunk and slash, and then it just gets repetitive.
I'm a 6'11"
shooter.
I'm not a pure shooter, but I
told you.
I'm in the post, and so
I told you to be a pure shooter.
I could do my Dirk fadeaways.
Well then, let's have it.
And that's all I want.
Dirk's going.
Yeah, he is.
Is he done now? It's over.
He had his.
Yeah, this week he retired.
That's sad. That's you. How old is he?
He's about 70,
how long has he
right?
been in the league?
21 years.
Oh, so you've seen every year.
I became a fan of his when I was 10.
When he joined?
No, it was like a year or two in.
Like 4. Like after the bandwagon had.
Yeah,
I don't know if his bandwagon ever.
Yeah, no,
got that huge.
Yeah, well, he didn't even he was over it was Dwayne Wade's final year, and his shit was like the final season, and Dirk was kind of just brushed in there oh yeah, Dirk's retiring too.
Well, he didn't announce it though.
True, but you knew everyone kind of knew this was it.
But you still don't know about Vince.
Vince is the only one left.
VC
from the 90s.
Yeah,
he's stuck.
I think he has
come back.
if he plays a season and a half more, he'll have the record for most games.
Really?
Jesus Christ, dude. He's
How about that
40.
picture I sent about the final games? I sent it in our group chat. It's everyone's final game. Kobe had 60.
Yeah, Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Played 2 minutes or whatever he did. Well, he was talking shit.
Was he? Is that what I heard?
He's I'm way better than Dwayne Wade or whatever.
He deserved a farewell tour or something more than Dwayne Wade. Something like that, I think.
Remember Inside Drive with Paul Pierce on the cover?
Oh, I love that game. It was so good.
Wait. NFL Fever with Peyton on the front?
Mm-hmm. Inside Drive was dope. You play as the Celtics, or you play as I like playing as the Warriors with Jason Richardson, and you just dunk.
I liked playing on the Warriors with Baron Davis. Baron Davis was my favorite.
Why?
He was the only point guard that could dunk.
True. Yeah, nobody was really dunking at that. Now everybody at point guard is dunking for the most part.
Well, everyone's taller now, right?
Well, they're athletic.
Anthony Hardaway. Anthony Hardaway was 6'8", and he was dunking. Magic was 6'8". He could dunk. They were probably taller than.
I thought you said they couldn't dunk.
I said for the most part. Maybe I didn't say for the most part, but for the most part they couldn't.
Well, I know, but your argument that you just gave me was coming onto my side.
You were coming on to him.
Was I putting moves on you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you sexually attracted to him?
Should I get a bonsai tree?
No. I bought one.
Here we go.
Have you?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
They die?
It was shit, man. It came in a fucking package, right?
Uh-huh.
And then part of it was broke, first of all, which sucked. But it was just so hard. They're so hard to keep alive. I'm not good with plants.
Do you have a green thumb?
Just water?
Dude, no, I did all the time, and it just.
Well, you can't do it all the time.
Are you
what I'm saying?
You know the movie The Troll with the green thumb?
Yeah, it's a green thumb troll.
Yep, there you go.
No idea what you're talking about.
He had this troll that had a green thumb, and he could just make shit grow. Is that you?
I don't think he's ever tended for anything. Oh.
Did you have a little bonsai tree, bro?
I got a little bonsai going there. You never tried to make plants grow? So you figure you start with some complicated ass tree?
One time, the ex's parents were like out of town, and they just had planted like brand new flowers, so it was my job.
Okay.
I think I killed them all. But then when he came back, he watered them once. He's like, "Oh, they look great." I was like, "Okay."
It's like I watered them once this week.
No, I would overwater them. I think was the issue.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. That's usually what happens. Yeah, you're like, they kind of still look dry. They're like, wow.
It just got past our mouth, and it's still trying to get
It's
down.
literally a dirt pool. And you're like, it still doesn't look like enough. They're really, I think they're thirsty. The sun's kind of
They
trying
got a
to.
lot of worms in there.
Just fucking dead worms fucking floating.
Worms have drowned.
Oh man.
I still don't have my wedding ring, guys.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Have you been worried about that the whole time?
No, I just kind of realized it.
Oh, you realized it?
You realized it?
We should probably go find it, huh? Again, we'll talk about this. He's looking at me like he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I
but he
do
does.
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's what we need. Dude, show off your...
Do it again.
And say bye.
Oh, wow.
But seriously.
But seriously, it helps to be thin.
Yeah, it does. I've never known what it's like to be thin.
You saw the picture.
What picture?
Show him.
Picture right here.
Show the fan. Show it. See what I look like right now and tell me that I don't look okay.
Yeah, but it's what happens when you're...
It's not thin. I'm muscular as fuck,
No,
bro.
you're not. No, you're not. When you're a very thin human being, it's not difficult.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, Dan, you have no...
Were you guys sending each other muscle pics?
Yeah.
He did send muscle pics, yes.
Me and Uv did, yeah.
Oh, and your dad.
Yeah, I'll show that one too. Here's his pic.
Okay.
Right?
That's not muscular.
No, you're just thin and you're...
That's
flexing.
not muscular.
It's thin
I don't know,
flexing.
Papi Chulo. What do you think?
No, here's...
Their dad.
He doesn't look bad, is he?
I mean, he does it, but you could tell it's
him.
like, it's such an oof move.
Yeah.
Here's the MVP.
Good old Uncle Uva. What is that?
Tyson.
Tyson.
Oh, Tyson, your dog.
Can't see him.
Yeah, just looks like a blob.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he sends that. I'm like, okay.
Did you send one back? And you're like, oh, you think you can fucking compete with me? Did you just send one?
Is that why you sent that? Is that why
It's
you're
probably
working
what
out
he
now?
was on.
No, that was... I'd already been working out.
Bring her in here. We'll have her introduce the second
It's about to be
segment with
Game
her
of
uncle. Yeah, I thought you have to leave. Or are we hanging
She's
out?
downstairs. I don't know. We talked about not going since...
Yeah, we're
I don't know.
late.
We should probably talk about that.
Yeah, bring her up.
Anything you want to plug?
Next time we're gonna bring Gavin.
Yo, no,
because Gavin needs to be on this just so that
Gavin
the
will
world
come,
can
but,
be introduced to Gavin.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Do you like
and
Gavin? I hope you do. Because he's awesome.
Gavin's
right?
hilarious.
He's hilarious.
And the two of you is another
Fucking
fucking
annoying.
world. Jesus Christ, the
know.
two of you when you get together.
I know we're crazy.
You want people to come out to you? They won't. But you want people to come out to your? He coaches hockey.
Yeah. Actually, his brother and his two brothers came out
heard.
and supported. It was really nice.
Did
of
they
them.
really?
We got swamped, but
Yeah,
you
I heard
know.
your team's not as good. Your assistant.
Well, here, listen. First of all, the
Pay
team
attention.
we played had 78 people show up to their spring tryouts. About 10% of them of which were AAA players. Those 10% were on the top team. We played the top team, and we're like technically a 2 team, like if you think about it. And that 10% of players, man, they were just
So what was the
men
score?
amongst boys.
7
5-0.
rip.
5-0.
5 rip.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, if my goalie wasn't who my goalie was, we would have been fucking blown out of the water.
That's what Sean
However,
and Cody said. They said that you guys have a really good goalie, and you guys lost 4-0 or something like that.
Was it 4 or 5?
He said it was 4-0. But he said if you didn't have that goalie,
No.
it would have been fucking 10-15.
Your goalie's just a stud.
My goalie's he's a stud. He's kind of in his head because last year we had two really. So the goalie from last year got like MVP of the All-Star game, got a shutout in the All-Star game, like had the best save percentage in the whole league. So it's tough being a really good goalie, aka the goalie that we have now, because that goalie graduated. It's tough being a really good goalie, being behind a really good goalie, and it being the other goalie's senior year, and you having to sit out in big games because of that reason, not because you're not suited to be in there, you know? So and on top of that, these are, 17, 18-year-old kids, so they're going through problems. Like, we're mid-game, right? We're mid-game.
This is juicy. I like
We're
this shit.
mid-game, and well, first of all, he comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, grab my chain." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Grab my chain. It fell off." I'm
This
like,
is the
"All right,
backup?
whatever." Yeah, no, this is our goalie now, like the good one.
Right.
Yeah, so he's playing now every game, and so mid-game, like between the second and third period, he comes up to me. He's like, "My girlfriend added this dude on Snapchat, who I already asked her to delete him from her Snapchat and all this," and I'm like, "Bro, you're in the middle of a fucking game right now. We're up by 1 goal in a very good game. Stop thinking about this. We can talk about it." So, it's more... That's why I like coaching. You kind of got to help them as little men,
as
too.
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
really
just
cool.
in sports.
Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but it was... Yeah.
Were you? But I think you were probably that guy when you were a fucking...
No, I was... On the ice, I was always just a competitor. That's what I wish to instill in my kids. None of them are like competitive or anything like that. They don't like care about it. But
the drive isn't there.
yeah, you guys should have.
I noticed when every time you like we go out to your games, you knew like this. Everybody else is just like doing their fucking skate around, trying to be fat, and then this motherfucker just fucking skating laps around.
That's
and
all
it's like,
it is.
okay,
Like,
shit,
that's
look at
why
this guy.
I always tell the kids. They're like, "Oh, do you know who we're playing today?" Like I would show them, and be like, "All right, we're winning today." They're like, "Do you know who we're playing?" I'm like, "No, you don't need to know who they are. You need to know who the fuck you are. You show up ready to go every single game. Sooner or later, you're gonna get in that stride as a team, and then it's like last year. Like, so, can I tell the story of the season last year and pump my whatever?
Pump your dick, yeah.
Yeah.
So we started the season last year 1-6, right, with a bunch of very good players, and you could see it, like a lot of skill, just really having a tough start because every game we'd have like an average of 18 minutes of penalties. You can't win a hockey game like that, period. It's not how it works. So we were getting beat, and our best players were getting suspensions for tomahawking over the head, so whatever. That was 1-6.
Jesus, yeah.
The 8th game, the head coach couldn't show up, so I had to be the head coach, and I showed up, and I was like, and at this point, none of them were doing warm-ups before the games or anything like this. They weren't, committing. So I
What do
showed
you mean
up.
no warm-ups?
Like,
None at all?
They would get dressed and be on the ice. That's it.
And then the game starts.
Then the game starts. So I show up.
How did
I'm
that
like,
even... Why is that even a thing?
I show up and say, "Listen here, fuckers. We're doing it my way today, and we're going to see what happens. You guys have been 1-6. I don't give a fuck." I got there like an hour and a half early to make sure I was the first one there. So when the first guy got there, I was saying, "Hey, when it's an hour, you're going out and stretching. Hey, when it's an hour, you're going out there and stretching." And everyone that came in, they knew this is how we're doing it. So then we did that. Then I had a pregame speech that...
For the ages.
Kids were tearing up. I swear on my life. On my life. That same goalie who was the MVP of last year at the banquet I had to do by myself. I had to stand up there for an hour and talk about each kid by myself too because the head coach couldn't be there. So after I got done with him, he was the last one, and I said some nice words about him. He came up crying. So whatever. It's true. So I gave him a great pregame speech, and I did every line by saying, "All right, we're gonna go Brendel." Selby clapping, they really got into it. And then after that, we went on a 3-month undefeated streak. So, it's all about just preparation rather than how good that team is. So if we can get, because this team that I have now, it's a bunch of kids from AAA, and they see this as, just spring, going to support my high school. But, I'm hoping to maybe turn them into full-time players. So we got to
So what,
work on that.
they don't play for the actual high school team? They play for their
They just
AAA
come
team?
off for the spring, yeah, because a lot of times they're I can't deal with being on the ice 5 times a week for spring hockey, so I'll go play at LZMW for spring, hang out with my high school friends, and then they go back, or they double roster and they're on the ice 7 times a week. But
So how many of these guys were on your team, the official team last season?
we only had 26 people show up for JV and varsity.
Okay.
So, and each team should have 18. So put it that way. You want that? Those are the numbers you want. Those are the numbers we got. So I think we have maybe 4 players returning.
But so there's that many good AAA kids at the school that don't play for the team?
Yeah. The program isn't highly revered in the organization. With me coming, apparently there's a lot more AAA players coming that want to be there next year. So we'll see. But, that would be ideal. Because that's the thing. That's what happened in the playoffs last year. We were tied to a team 1-1 until the third period, right? Third period comes along. 3 players come from the locker rooms onto the ice to the other team, and they turn out to be AAA Chicago or I don't know if it's AAA, whatever, Central States Chicago Bruins. We end up losing in one period. We just went 1-1 in 2 periods against this team. In 1 period, we ended up losing 7-1.
Jesus.
They came in and scored 6 goals just like that. It was like it's amazing to watch like the difference, and like the president of the league is my old high school coach, and I go up to him after and I'm like, do you see this as acceptable? He's like, what happened? I'm like, 3 players come out for the 3rd period only, not a second into the second, like they weren't there, and then they come out and we lose 7-1 after having a great game for 35 minutes. They come and score 6 goals in 2 minutes and make it a complete blowout. He's like, honestly, I've been trying to push it that they can't come past the second, but whatever. So we had our season ruined by that. But
that wasn't the game I went to.
No, that was the game that I don't know what happened.
What was the game I went to where you guys were up like 3-rip?
They scored.
What game was that though? Was that this team? No.
That was to go. So the game that we lost, the 7-1, that was for state playoffs. That one was for divisional playoffs to send us to the championship against the team that was from a higher division.
Oh, okay.
Evanston, and then we were up.
What division is?
I think we were up 3-0, and then they scored 3 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then took us to overtime and.
Yeah, because I had to leave.
Shootout.
And I left. It was 3-zip. In
and
the third.
I got a late game controversial penalty as a coach. So like, I shouldn't even say this in case he watches it, but the cocksucker president of my organization comes up to me after and he goes, "Well, did you apologize to the boys?" I'm like, "Apologize to the boys? I'm the fucking reason they're here. First of all, second of all, they have 0 endurance. That's why that happened. You could see the first 2 periods we were smoking them. The 3rd period we came out after we got lactic acid in our legs, and that's why I try not to go into the locker room every time anyways.
Yeah, why did they
came
do
out
that?
Smoking. The other team came out burning, and I was like, the whole period you just know that you knew that something was going to happen. And he comes up to me after, like I described the season from that game. He shouldn't come up to me like that, and that's not the first time he did it. When he said that to me, I was like, dude, and he's the reason. And the whole reason that we started off so poorly was because they just lost their old coach that they were like in love with, and no one will ever replace Steve. And then like a bunch of parents were telling me that like no one will replace Steve, but you're doing a good job. So like I was like, taking that on myself to try to be like that role. And then he comes up to me and he's the reason that Steve left. So not only is he getting rid of these kids' favorite coaches, but then he's being a dick to their new favorite coach. And I'm just like. And then that game that his brothers came to, he came up to me and tried to tell me how to do the lines. I'm like, bro, if you want to fucking coach this team, don't be the president, be the fucking coach. If you want to have a say in it. Granted, his kid's on the team, and his one thing was, put my son at center. I was like, okay, well, we won't talk about kids underage, but it's exciting. My other team I coach is awesome. I'm coaching alongside Brian Noonan. If any of you guys know him, he's
they don't.
Ex-Chicago Blackhawk.
There's 30 to 40 people that are going to watch this.
Steve
Probably
Maltai.
less that are still in here.
Steve Maltai.
Yeah, they don't know. I don't know these people.
I didn't either.
So why do you expect any of these idiots to?
Well, you can look it up.
Did the guy come up? He's like, "Hey,
I'm
an ex-Blackhawk."
Well, Steve Maltai is pretty much the reason that the Chicago Wolves had all those really good runs. Like remember, like early 2000s when they were winning the Calder Cup.
Sure.
He was the captain.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now you and him are coaching a team?
No, he coaches the team that has won state championship, I think 3 years in a row.
Oh.
So he's a good coach.
So you're coaching at different.
He's versing him.
He's the Pee Wee top team. I'm the Pee Wee 2 team.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're same org.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm on the ice with the gang.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Steve Noonan.
Steve Maltai and
Steve
Brian
Maltai Noonan.
Oh, yeah. He combined them. They were one super Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf. Chicago Wolf. That's interesting.
That's
and
fun,
I'm sure
This is the old crew. I'm not with them anymore, but they were great to me. Northwest Chargers, commit to the C. One time this mom got mad at us because
Dan commits to the D.
We wanted them to come to a practice, and she goes, I guess commit to the C comes before commit to the F or S, as in family or school. We were dying when we saw it. We're like, what? Come to hockey, bro. That's it. That's all we want.
Commit to the F or S.
Clever of her.
Yeah,
though.
she's
well,
clever.
Yeah, well, her husband's a lawyer, so she's obviously smart and has heard her for sure.
Put your hand in there.
No.
Dan's still committed to the D.
Yeah. 4L.
4XL pain.
Yeah. Is that how they say it?
Next time we're gonna have Gavin on here. I'm telling you.
Okay, Jesus.
Gavin watches the podcast. You don't even watch the podcast.
I do
so
watch the podcast.
You did once.
I watched episode 1, 2, 4, and the last one.
7.
6 you should probably watch.
That's good. Look at you. You gonna watch the one you're in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See how
probably.
it
You're
looks.
gonna have to watch 2.
See how he looks.
You're gonna have to check out your Band-Aid all night, which we
Should
didn't.
we show him?
We didn't. No.
No, they do not.
Should I show Dan?
No, I do not.
Just look.
I don't want anyone.
Just show them the reaction. That's all. I
Yeah.
need.
True. Goo.
Okay, that is pretty fucking big. Yeah. That's a large.
Do we even-
That's
You
a
know
large
I have
pimple.
the fucking.
a large
It's like a cyst at this point.
Dude, you might want to
or
get
a
that fucking
boil.
thing checked out.
I know.
Mike, you trying to get on camera too?
Mike, you want to say hi?
Mike,
If
you
I
want to
just
say hi?
turn the fucking
Yeah,
camera-
yeah. This is the fucker who's
Mike's
sitting
been
over there.
sitting here for 2 hours and he wants to go.
Yeah,
so
he's not watching a movie today, obviously. You can see
yeah,
on the
we
screen.
could do that.
All right, but this is a good one, Zachary.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was a good one.
I just fucked up your hair, but thanks for coming, buddy.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
First guest.
I don't know how long these are. They're
This is
obviously
easy,
gonna be
2
split.
hours.
They got split up. You guys
yeah.
already know that. I get to edit all this. This is gonna be fun.
How long does it take you? I know you said in the last episode.
The editing doesn't there's not much to edit, huh?
He's pissing. Go. You're not.
Oh,
in
go
camera.
ahead. He's
Get
got
out.
to
Go
He's
ahead.
got to
Fuck out of here.
Go pee pee. Go
I'm not-
pee.
Show him the back.
2 hour long fucking podcast. Like, I gotta.
That's the bone skeleton
Hey, Kim.
Oh,
himself.
there's a dog. But
Oh.
but you know, it doesn't take. But I just have to watch
Maybe
it
he
all.
has your ring in his.
Jesus.
But-
All right,
Belly
dogs
button.
out. We gotta finish our podcast here.
Oh.
We're still on camera. Don't come in.
There's a baby.
Done in 10
Can I bring the
seconds.
baby on camera?
Wrigley left. No. So yeah, Dan's editing isn't long.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Where's your wedding ring?
I don't know. We'll find it.
He lost. He probably threw it away.
It's alright.
I took it off when I went to eat the wing.
By the
'cause
time
I-
you get a platinum band with some diamonds on it, anyways.
Yeah, with some ice.
Some
Get
ice.
that ice, girl. Ice down.
What's the thing between your eye? There's like you see
No,
it?
what is that?
Yeah.
Dead skin?
I think it's dead skin.
Got some dead skin in
Okay. Yeah, you did it.
your brow?
I did feel it. I don't know what it was.
It's probably a cyst. Was it part of his
Wait,
cyst?
I thought that I saw that you guys got like 1,000 views.
Yeah, there's a couple videos.
There's a few.
How did you get
For
that?
some reason, the most recent videos are going very fast,
Yeah, they'll get.
and like they hit 40, like or close to it in the first day,
40 views.
and don't gain
And
a
then they just
single
stop.
view. We haven't got a single view like on them. We haven't gained a single subscriber.
Yeah, they just like tail off. Where the other ones, they would like, they were slower,
Well, yeah, I saw
and then they would
1K
just
on
start
one.
go,
I was
go,
like,
go, go,
wait.
go, go.
I was like, wait.
So
is this the right
I think you might
podcast?
have to. I think we have to like rethink our tags and like. There's.
that's the thing is we're using the same tags. I don't know.
I don't know. We gotta like figure it out. It's
Well, you
whatever.
just gotta
Dude,
keep-
I think it's you. You're gonna kill
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing's gonna pop off.
Oh, you
Just
gotta
like that
keep
big
going.
old fucking cyst on it. Thank God you had it covered because that thing popped.
If you were looking at it the whole
Yeah,
I
if
was
you
like,
was looking
hey
at it the
Zach,
whole time?
hey Zach, I was like,
Well, and it's black, right?
no, it's the reddest thing I've
Well,
ever
but
seen.
there's like a black
Yeah,
tip
yeah,
to it.
yeah, yeah.
That's disgusting.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna
it's-
throw up.
And I even
And these
I've been
guys
putting
need
on
to-
like my Epiduo Forte, which is the best cream ever.
Yeah,
I got it for free.
You plugging cream now?
Epiduo Forte.
It has 2 chemicals in it that help with pimples. It's a $600 bottle. I got it for free for my insurance.
What?
I got it for free for my insurance. But yeah, Epiduo Forte. I'm telling you, you got something on your face. Other than this, whatever this Brazilian
saying,
bastard is,
this is a different strand.
he's a fighter. That's why I'm starting to think it's something else. It's not a pimple. It's something growing in me. But I'm telling you,
It's
good.
ringworm, man.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, we'll
It's been
see.
real.
Yeah, we'll.
it's time to go watch some Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
Jesus,
What time is it now?
dude, who knows?
But
yeah, we'll definitely. Zach's gotta come back. We'll fucking get Gavin on.
and
He's-
Kyle to
and
get
Kyle,
some of these
please.
stories.
Next time, have it be like a big room.
A
of
round room
chairs.
discussion.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We have another
Overlay.
screen that is a big
For
one
one
for one camera
camera,
that
and you
will
get a
be
bigger
similar
shot.
to what you say. So the camera will be here, and we'll have.
You have a camera or a screen?
It's this, but it's only one.
Oh.
And we'll take
so
one
we can
camera.
do just one camera.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll get the going.
Yeah,
dude.
don't fucking spoil it. They didn't know about this. God
Well, you can edit
You're doing
anything.
goddamn
damn
out.
it.
You
God.
can edit anything out.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, why did you just stop for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. From us and the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, no, the Seattle, what is they?
Seattle Seamen.
The Seattle Seamen.
Seattle Sailors Seamen.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Peace
Peace
out.
out. People.
Peace out.